Okay, we are in the game live. And what do we got going on here? We've got not much going on because systems are failing as usual. Here we go. Going back. Share. It seems like it's always systems are failing. So that's what happens. We did a live last week, and the power in an entire 26 store building went out for the first time. So this is what happens. Today, we're going to talk about something that is, I have to be grateful for this morning, waking up, doing my morning research. The co founder, the head guru of HubSpot, the software engineer. I'm sure he's a billionaire. He started a bunch of companies. Um, I have to be thankful and grateful because these concepts came from a podcast that he was on. And he's stating something that I intrinsically know, but you must know it. You must know it that we have a massive arbitrage right now. What is an arbitrage? Now, back on Wall Street, an arbitrage. What is arbitrage? If you don't know, look it up. It might be good to just read a few paragraphs. Arbitrage is a temporary point in time, and I'm just making this up, so it could be slightly inaccurate. It's a temporary point in time where, because of the situation or the scenarios, you have a gap in what is a fair price and what is going to be the realized price. So you have an arbitrage between fair value, and market value. Most of the time, an arbitrage gives you the opportunity to step into something at market value that will then move, and the arbitrage gap will close to from market value to fair value. And that's how Carl Icahn made gazillions of dollars understanding arbitrage, because you see, okay, here's a scenario, a macro event or a micro event, and here is the market price, and here is the fair value. And so I have an ability to go in and close this gap. So why do we have a massive arbitrage right now in business? We're not talking about the financial markets. We're talking about in business. Is because right now there's never been a time where you in business can be more profitable. If you're watching this and you're a business owner, you could be more profitable. You can double your business over the next 24 to 36 months. If you are a sales manager and leader, you can drive outrageous results for your sales team, get more stock options, and make a fortune. If you are in a job and looking to create your side hustle to move out of a job that you do not love, there's never been a better time to do it than right now. All of the scenarios I just spoke about are around, and the arbitrage exists for first movers. That's people like you and me that are, if you're listening to this right now or watching this right now, I have to congratulate you. You are a first mover because you are listening to something that is about AI and about how to deploy AI in different parts of your business. And if you watch some of my last week's live, we're talking about AI for content. Now, here's the key. Why is there an arbitrage? Is because the vast majority of people never do anything anyway. The vast majority of people are not first movers, and the vast majority of people will move into AI from a profitability standpoint in 24, 36 months, 3 to 5 years. So you today, in the next 30 days, I'm going to show you in the next basically 30 seconds how you can create 6 months of content. And it's my belief, and there's a lot of different belief systems out there, that content is king, that thought leadership wins, that if you can establish yourself with clout, that it opens up the door for everything. What does it open up the door for? Let's break that down. Everything to strategic partnerships, more sales, business growth, faster sales cycle, more profitability, being able to speak, write a book, get on TV as a subject matter expert. So the entire process of Growing your brand or growing your business is focused on one idea. Actually, it's two ideas. It's two eyeballs. If you are your own best kept secret, then if a bear shits in the woods, does anybody know? The answer is no. If you are your own best kept secret and you're 20 years of subject matter expert, an experienced person that has methodologies and strategies and structures to do something, but only you know about it, that's a tough way to actually move into this arbitrage. It's a tough way for you to grow, get a new job, start a new business, make more money, go public. It's not going to happen. So, what is the difference between a subject matter expert and a thought leader? It's like you've seen a diagram is a bridge. Okay, here's a subject matter expert and a thought leader. There's a gigantic Grand Canyon in between. What's the bridge? It's eyeballs. If people start to see you, know, like, and trust you, you go from a subject matter expert to a thought leader. You can establish yourself as even more of a subject matter expert by writing a book or anchoring with some of these pieces, a keynote speaker, getting on TV. So these are the that's the bridge. And where is the arbitrage? The arbitrage is that it's never been easier to create better, more relevant, consistent, high value content than right now. And this is the move. If you don't step into this move, you will have wasted a half a decade of everything up until this point, because it's like a race. And then say, let's say a 400-meter race. And the first lap around the track matters. The second lap matters. But if you're ahead in the first and second lap and you start to lose steam in the third lap, when it comes to the fourth lap, which is the sprint, actually every lap is a sprint in the 400-meter. The last lap, if you start to lose steam, you're done. It doesn't matter what you did in the first lap, in the second lap. If you lose the race, it doesn't matter you started well, you didn't start well, what you did in the first lap, what your time in the first lap was. It doesn't matter. So what you've done in the last 5 years, it doesn't matter. You will be surpassed in this fourth lap now. This is the arbitrage by the early adapters who are crushing it. Some very early ones now are crushing it. However, this is, like I said, you understand what a tailgate is. It's you go in the parking lot before a big game. Let's just say baseball. It's 9 innings to a game. It's the World Series. So everyone's talking about AI and for now 18 months when it first came out. But this is we're so early. If you wanted to rate it in that tailgate experience, I'm in my garage. I just went out and bought some ice and I got my beers and I'm starting to put my ice and my beer in the cooler to then put the cooler in the trunk to then start to drive to the stadium, pay for pricing, find my spot, set up my area to tailgate, and then have my friends come over, let alone even walk towards and exchange our ticket to walk in for batting practice or the first inning. We're in the garage. We're in my garage with the ice going into the cooler. That's how early this is. And my invitation to you is move. Nobody moves. You hear great information and no one does anything with the information. There's very few people, 2% of the population. I'll give you, for instance, Gary Vaynerchuk. He's the one that got me motivated almost 4 years ago to move hard into LinkedIn. And then I guess you could say that one talk that he did changed my life because it made me recognize that what he said was true about the opportunity on LinkedIn to get organic reach, eyeballs on me, so I could increase my thought leadership. At the time, we had an ed tech education-based platform. We did a done-for-you ed tech solution for amazing companies. Digital Marketer, we built all their certification programs. Profit First, their certification program. Dan Kennedy redid his ed tech platform. So the eyeballs were coming from LinkedIn following Gary Vaynerchuk's talk. So talk about the impact of someone who gets to speak. That was great. It helped boost my online education company, built pipeline, grew sales. COVID hit. Very bad for that ed tech company because most of my clients have their own events to speak. So a mentor said, you're an agency already. Why don't you do what you did for your LinkedIn? I had 1 million views. You talk about eyeballs, 1 million views. Do that for others. And that's what we do. So Vaynerchuk was asked, why do you give away your best strategies? There was 500 people in the room. And he said, because, and he pointed his finger at everyone in the crowd. He said, out of the 500 people that are in this room, maximum, there's 5 that will do anything. So I willingly share all the newest and best strategies because none of you will do shit. He said shit. Maybe the F-bomb and shit combined. And it's true. And I know this as running an agency. We're an AI-based agency, and we've had about 250 clients come through our program, and we're done for you. So we're literally doing as much as possible, and we get so many clients and customers and or people that we're in conversations that we share so much, and nobody, very few people put it into action. So my invitation for you is to drop everything. Stop worrying about Facebook and Instagram and all this TikTok and all this other stuff. There's no arbitrage there. It's a battle. It's tougher and tougher. It's harder to advertise and it's more expensive. It's a battle. You want to spend the next 12 months in a place where you're doing head-to-head combative battle, and if you don't have the resources and or the team, you will lose. That's how battles work. Or do you want to move into an area where that's that book, Blue Ocean? Right now, there is no, your competitors aren't really excelling in AI, right? You can excel. That's the arbitrage. Never before have we seen a profitable time like this. This is coming from the guy who built HubSpot, multi-billion-dollar organization that has an inbound event every year in Boston where 300,000 plus people come. He's telling you, forget about what I say. I'm regurgitating what he said. Now, the other concept, and we'll leave it off here, is we all know SaaS, right? SaaS has been an explosion over the last 10 years. Software as a service. We all probably have too much SaaS. We're subscribed to Calendly. We're subscribed to HubSpot. We're subscribed to GoILevel. We're subscribed to MailChimp. We're subscribed to all these softwares that were released as a service. Software that you and I can go buy, and then that software will help us grow our business. Software as a service. Now, where's the gap in software as a service? Again, it's you and me. It's user adoption. Because the software can do 100 different things, and those 100 things can help make you money, but you're doing one. Or better yet, you're paying for it and it keeps renewing every month, and you're not even optimizing or maybe even not using it. So on the surface, software as a service, it's changed everything. There's more unicorns in software as a service in the last decade than there are in the last 100. However, the responsibility of software as a service goes back to you, and we know that most of you and me, we don't do anything. So there's a little fault in that sort of software as a service industry. Now, you take software as a service and you layer in done for you. So you have software and strategy and a service that's going to help you deploy, then you're going to equal results. So what we have now is a new term that he spoke about called RAS, and that's results as a service. And what this really means is this next level, the movement of into AI and the adoption of what's next in AI and the ability for us, you and I, to deploy it and create agents that will be working for us. We now take software as a service, and I recommend you work with someone that can get you there, software as a service with strategy and done for you in parts of this to create agents that are working nonstop 24/7 on your behalf. And that's how you're going to get results as a service. So, a lot to unpack. This is one of the most exciting times. I'm getting up at like 5:15 in the morning, and the first hour, I'm so excited. It's a battle between doing my meditations and prayers and any of the other stuff I do versus just going in and learning more. And what I uncovered this morning was a gift. And it just reinforces that we're down the right path. I will share with you that I missed the dot-com explosion. I was in the financial business. So we made some money for the clients in stocks, but I wasn't in the tech business. I wasn't positioned to take advantage of that. Now, I did buy MikeWeiss.com early on, and one of my great friends, the three of us were drinking beers. I wasn't smart enough to go the extra mile. He was. He bought MothersDay.com, FathersDay.com, and a few others and sold them for millions. So I was early in understanding what was happening, but I wasn't in that business. And I missed it. This one, not going to happen. This is the opportunity that it's the first time ever that this technology has been made for old people and people with wisdom to excel. You don't need to be 25 years old to be able to get AI to work. In fact, 25-year-olds have a disadvantage to 50 and 60 and 70-year-olds because AI in itself as a black box produces very average output. However, when you combine AI with your wisdom, this is why that age difference makes a difference. You're able to dance with AI and create outrageous output. So much so that your output, if you're patient and go through the process, will be 10x better than someone with no wisdom. That's it. I hope I've inspired you to dig in. We're creating a community around AI. We've got the release of something brand new. It's no prompt. That's the first next layer, I should say. First and next layer on AI. AI, you got to get good at prompting, prompt engineers, da, 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 da. Now the next layer of utility is being built on top of AI where the software has in its back end all this stuff built in so you can fill in some boxes. And I've just put out a training that, anyway, you'll be seeing it. So if you're interested in learning more, comment below. Great to see you. I hope I've motivated you to step in and step up and take advantage of this arbitrage.